Welcome back to Say What with James and Lakesia. We
So
are
what?
sorry for the delay, but we are here with our May movie reviews. And this month, or in May, we actually checked out Hokum. We actually saw Deep Water, Obsession,
Fishing
and
and fish.
Passenger. And we are going to rank them from what we thought you can skip to what we thought was the best, from the worst to the best. So make sure that you like the video, subscribe to our channels, and share the video. And let us know which was your favorite movie and what you thought about the movies in the comments. And don't forget to tell us where you are joining us from, what city and state. So first up, we have Hokum.
Hokum's movie that starts off looking like a ghost story, but quickly turns into something else.
Yeah, I will say we have who is a writer struggling with grief after seeing visions of his mother. He travels to a haunted hotel in Ireland, hoping to find closure.
Yeah, it's like a supernatural mystery,
But it
murder investigation.
turns into a murder investigation. Now, for me, the biggest twist, or the movie was kind of draggy. Yeah. So you kind of knew that something was going on because one of the ladies that worked at the hotel that he went to go visit, which was a hotel that his parents actually went on an anniversary on, she ends up missing. And he basically finds her body hidden inside the dumbwaiter. And there's a room in this hotel, or a floor, the honeymoon suite, which is where his parents spent their honeymoon, that you can't visit because it's supposedly haunted. So it was just crazy, because we forgot to say, spoiler warning, we will be spilling all the tea, that Mal was responsible because he wanted to hide his affair and pregnancy.
Yeah.
So now the storyline was kind of creepy with the haunted honeymoon suite floor. They could have did a lot with it, but they chose not to. And what tripped me out is how he went up to the floor and he couldn't get out, and homeboy just went to sleep on the bed, the nasty bed. He just took a nap. So yeah, I would definitely say that's a strong pass. But next up, we have Deep Water. And again, spoiler alert. This, to me, this was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Probably the best movie. Well, I know it's the best movie, so that much.
But
if you don't like flying sharks and deep water, you can't swim and plane crashes, you might not want to see it. But that's basically what this was.
Yes. So basically, we have this really obnoxious passenger who starts everything. He is to blame for everything, but he is blaming everyone else. So this is like Jaws meets like an airplane crash movie. I don't know.
For one, he puts his phone charger in his phone in
the power bank.
Inside his bag.
And everything starts when the power bank catches on fire in the flight. And within minutes, the plane is crashing into the ocean. It's crazy. And the pilot, the co-pilot wasn't even supposed to be on the flight.
He wasn't supposed to be there. He had a sick son and he didn't know how to deal with it. So he was taking as much work as he could do. He was calling for flights to be on.
Yeah. So what made this movie intense was the danger never stopped. Everybody was getting it. And first we had the crash, then the flooding. And as if that wasn't bad enough, we had daggone sharks. It's crazy. And it just kept getting worse, but it kept you on the edge of your seat because you're like, what? And when you think it couldn't get worse, hey, here they come.
I mean, jokers you were rooting for to make it, they was dying. The old lady.
Well, this is the thing. At the beginning of the plane crash, we have the stewardess, and they had a raft, and it was a co-pilot and a little girl who had was being real rude to her brother. So she felt bad. Her parents for somewhere else. They were newlyweds, and it was her stepbrother and her dad. And we have our brilliant stewardess who is talking to swimming to the other side of the plane. But at the time we didn't, but they had a raft. At the time, we didn't know it was sharks in the water. So she's swimming, and when they noticed the sharks, because you see the bodies, because it was a whole bunch of bodies, they were just going down.
Blood in water, you know sharks coming.
And so by the time they're telling her, hey, shark, she's waving. Too late. By this time they're getting the raft and trying to go save her, but it's too late.
Too late then.
But yeah, Penny's death hit hard because she was really trying to help everybody. And then the older lady, Becky.
Oh, Becky.
Because they
had a smart mouth now.
She definitely did. They were
the dude she did.
They were separated in different parts of the plane after the crash over here, over there. And so it was so sad when she left the final voice message to her granddaughter. Yeah, that was sad. But I was like, Becky, okay, how old you are? Yeah, she helped a little boy. You need to try. Hey, it's like 50 Cent said, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna die trying. But she just stayed in there. I can't imagine knowing you're gonna drown to death. But Dan, he was a character that everybody loved to hate. Yeah. I definitely love to hate him because he is the reason that the plane crash happened.
And it looked like he was going to survive until finally he got.
He finally was able to pay the ultimate price for making everybody else suffer.
He was kind of like the little boy on that last side of the
movie. Yeah, caused everything. Yeah. So this movie isn't trying to reinvent survival thrillers, but it delivers suspense from the beginning to the end. I highly, highly, highly recommend Deepwater, but not if you're going on a trip. Watch it after you come back.
Yeah.
So next up, we have Obsession. And now, from the time we saw the previews, I was hyped up to see Obsession because, hey, I didn't know what to expect, but I couldn't wait to see this movie. But it went completely off the rails.
Yeah, everybody's saying that. I think the younger generation loved it. But, I mean, it was a good movie.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't what we expected.
Yeah, I definitely expected a little bit more, but it was still a great movie. And if you look at the budget and how much they made, hey, outstanding. But the obsession starts with Bear.
Bear he liked Nikki, and he went to drastic measures of buying what is it called, the willow wishing thing.
Yeah.
And
well, see, she was his friend, and he wanted her to love him, and that sounded romantic, right?
Well, he got what he asked for because I will say
one thing I will say that James said quite frequently is, why didn't he just tell her how he felt about her? She asked him straight up,
an opportunity,
but I think he was afraid of being rejected, so he turned it down. But one thing about it, that wish created one of the most disturbing relationships we've seen in a horror film.
Doing the crazy.
I will say, like Love Potion number 9. This had that Love Potion number 9 vibe to it. Crazy. But the only problem was he wanted her to love him. That wish said that Weeping Willow thing or whatever. He wanted her to love him more than anything. And that quickly became violent.
Yeah, he quickly wanted that to go away.
Yeah, she was watching homeboy sleep.
Yeah. To be at work, just staring at him the whole time.
To feeding him, spoiler alert.
Stay in one spot the whole day. Don't even go use the bathroom.
Or how about when she first got with him, she dug up his deceased cat. And then she fed him a sandwich.
With the cat.
Yeah. To multiple homicides. It just was crazy. Now,
the girl that really did like him, you
know how it is. She likes him. He likes her. They like somebody else. But that Jenga scene, that was one of the most uncomfortable sequences in the entire movie because the friend group knew that something was out of order. They knew she was acting crazy because they knew she really didn't like Bear. So, and then Sarah, the girl you're saying liked him, that it would have been pure. He wouldn't have had to do anything. But I guess she just wasn't good enough.
Sarah called him out.
Yeah,
And she got messed up.
She took Sarah out, and that
in the worst way.
It was complete madness. And because they all worked at some type of store, was it a hardware store? Yeah. And the final scene is just absolutely chaotic. But between the wishes, the deaths, the overdoses, and Nikki losing control of herself, this movie leaves viewers stunned. I will say that my cousin texted us today, or our cousin, and asked us if we had seen this, and she highly recommended it.
Yeah.
But now this movie,
like I said, she's younger too.
Yeah, this movie isn't for everyone. But a horror fan looking for something bizarre and unpredictable, you might appreciate it. But I will say that this is not to me, it's not your traditional like Freddy Krueger, Jason, like scary horror movie. So if you don't like horror movies, this is not really like scary. It's just like a psychological thriller to me. But finally, we have Passenger. And I will say this,
I was hyped for this too.
Every time we go to the movies every Tuesday, we will see the preview. Can't wait to see Passenger. I mean, the scene, dude, I'm a camel drinking all the water. You already know what's going to happen if you're drinking all the water on a road trip. You got to stop and pee. So, yeah.
What we didn't know, that scene was basically
the beginning.
That was the beginning of the movie. And they barely ended. They weren't even in it.
Right.
So the one guy, when the dude found him. But
yeah, so... Yeah, the movie surprised us, but what it does is it takes a simple road trip concept and turns it into a supernatural nightmare. Basically, don't travel at night.
Yeah.
So we have Maggie and Tyler, and basically we had the two dudes at the beginning of the preview. Spoiler alert. They actually don't even make it throughout the movie. They get taken out quick. And then we focus on Maggie and Tyler. They're living the van life, and they encounter the mysterious.
They live in like a mobile traveling home.
Yeah, the RV.
RV, yeah.
The mysterious traveler known only as a passenger.
But he did really.
Yeah, and when you encounter the passenger, your life is gonna totally change. And then they have a claw mark on their vehicle. It creates a creepy mystery from the start. But then you have people that was telling them, "Don't travel at night. Don't go." Of course, they don't listen. But what I did not like is that the beginning scene of the movie was the preview.
Yeah.
But we were like, well, what is this? But the movie showed slowly, it revealed the legend, and it was given all the answers immediately. But the passenger inside the vehicle, that freaked me out at the beginning, the preview scenes.
Yeah, it looked like it was promising.
Yeah.
Be a real good horror flick.
Yeah, and I mean, it could have been so much better. But yeah, I will say that the movie blended road trip adventure, supernatural horror, and suspense. It did it okay. I wouldn't say it was really well. So now what we're going to do is we want to hear from you. How did you rank these movies if you saw them? And if you haven't, I hope you're not watching this video because we spilled all the tea.
Which one you did?
So up third or number 4, I definitely would have to say Hokum. I would definitely pass it and wait till it comes out on however people watch movies now, because I would not waste my money going to see it again.
Yeah,
what about you, Jack?
Hokum would be my 4th one for me too.
Right, and the third one I would have to say would definitely have to be Passenger, because I was disappointed. The daggone trailer was the beginning scene of the movie.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm with you on that. Passenger, third one for me too.
Number 2,
might agree on every one this time.
Yeah, so number 2, I would have to say Obsession. I know the younger generation, my sons are like, "Hey, Obsession was," but yeah, I thought it was gonna be a little bit different. It was still good, and they made a lot of money.
Good, worth going to see.
Yeah,
it was number 2 for me too.
And then the best movie that we saw this month would have had to be Deepwater. Yeah, I agree. So if you have not seen these movies, check them out. And if you have seen them, meet us in the comments and tell us what you thought about them. Thanks for watching. Take care. Make sure you subscribe and tell your friends about us.